All right, just making sure everything is working really quickly. Had a few technical difficulties before hopping on. Let me check on YouTube to make sure this is live. First, if anyone's tuned in, thank you for joining today. Looks like we're live. Welcome to today's live stream. Comment where you're based out of and what you do. I'm going to spend a little bit going over what we're going to cover today while we wait for people to join. First off, if you don't know me, I'm Michael Groff. I'm the founder of Fitter Media. We're a CRO and landing page agency. We're located in Northern Colorado. But in today's live stream, we want to go over how to create high converting landing pages for SaaS specifically. But if you're not in SaaS, you can still take a piece of it, some tips from this live stream, and it'll still apply to you. But while we're waiting on people to join, let's quickly go over what we will be covering today. So we're first going to go over why landing pages are so important. We're going to go over an overview of proven SaaS funnels with examples, and then go through what makes a high converting landing page, and then the secret to creating high converting landing pages. Then we're going to go over some CRO examples. So in this case, some split test examples. I'm going to go through a little Q&A, FAQ and Q&A, and then we are going to have a free bonus stack if you stay until the end. It's worth around $2,000. And then for those of you who are going to be on the live stream, we will add something to that resource bundle that we don't usually offer because it's not worth our time usually, but we want to give it to you today. So just a quick recap if anybody is new, comment where you're located and what you do. All right. So without further ado, let's get started with today's live stream. We're going to start with why landing pages are so important. So with SaaS specifically, there are two types of SaaS. We have product-led SaaS, so self-serve signups, and then we have sales-led SaaS, which is in form of demos. And these are some examples of how landing pages can be a massive resource in terms of lowering your customer acquisition costs and increasing your conversion rate. So say we have a product-led SaaS where people can come straight to the website, sign up themselves. Say we're running $50,000 a month in ads. We're getting around 2,000 visitors from those ads. We're converting at 5%. We'd be essentially getting 100 paid signups, assuming a $1,200 LTV per customer. That would be 120 grand in total revenue, so a 2.4 ROAS. Now, without focusing on ads, without touching ad spend or anything on that side of things, if we were to just increase the landing page's conversion rate, so we still have the 50K a month in ad spend, we still have 2,000 monthly visitors, but instead of a 5% conversion rate, say we get that up to a 10% conversion rate. Well, we'd essentially get 200 paid signups with the same LTV. We'd have around 240K in revenue. So increasing our ROAS from 2.4 to 4.8. We didn't touch ad spend, none of that. We just focused on the landing page. And then we have a sales-led SaaS. So we're optimizing for demos. Say we're spending 100K on ads. Let's say we're getting 1,200 visitors from those ads. Our booking rate is 3%. We'd essentially be booking around 37 to 38 demos from those ads. And assuming there is a 25% close rate, that means we'd be closing 9 or 10 of them. The total revenue of 300K, assuming the average customer value. So that would be a 3.0 ROAS, but without touching ad spend, if we were just to increase the demo booking rate from 3% to 8%, we'd go from 37 booked demos to 100 with the same close rate. We'd essentially bring the revenue to 750K with a 7.5 ROAS. And these numbers, we've actually seen these types of numbers with our actual clients. client ran a split test and in 30 days added $60 million in new pipeline by just doubling their demo booking rate. So this is why landing pages are so important. And in today's live stream, we're going to go into actually how to create these high converting landing pages. Before we do that, I want to set the foundation of what is a funnel. A lot of you probably already know this, but just as a quick recap, a standard funnel usually will have some sort of traffic acquisition channels like ads or SEO that will run to a landing page. And then the landing page, the whole goal for that page is to get a conversion. I always say ads get the click and landing pages get the conversion. And it is very important to keep in mind that ads and landing pages need to be aligned and work together. So the ads should be promoting a singular offer, and then the landing page should be selling that offer. A common mistake I see with a lot of SaaS brands, especially small ones, is they have a low ad budget and they get fragmented. So they run many different ads to many different pages, and it just fragments their ad campaigns, and they don't actually get much results. So having a simple funnel where the ads and the landing pages work together is a way to get massive ROI. Now let's go into some examples. So for example, here is a ClickUp ad that is running on Google. If you click on this, it takes you to this landing page. As you can see, this landing page is very simple. If you know ClickUp at all, you know it's a beast of a platform. It has tons of features, but this landing page is very simple. You can see they removed distractions from the nav bar by removing the links. They just have conversion focused buttons. They have a very simple hero section. They have social proof. They highlight their top 5 features that people really love and that they know that people that is a major selling point for the platform. And then they have some more social proof and they end with a call to action. Now, one thing I really want to highlight with this landing page is how short it is. A lot of people think a landing page needs to be very long, but a landing page should only be as long as it needs to be. And this is a very good example of a short landing page. Let's go into another example. So this is Monday.com. Again, this is an ad that they have running on Google. If you click this, it will take you to an optimized landing page that is made to work with that ad. So a simple hero section, social proof, and then they go into some features, and then they end with some more social proof, and then also another call to action. And you can see they did the same thing on this landing page. They minimized the navigation menu, they reduced the distractions, and just have call to action buttons. Let's do one more. So we have ramp.com. This you can see is their ad that they're running right now. If I click this, it goes to this landing page. And again, they reduce the distractions in the nav bar. However, they are missing out on a little bit of opportunity here because they do not have any call to actions in the nav. I do like their email field here. Somebody can just enter their email and get started right away without having that removes the amount of clicks the user has to do. If we go down, we have some features, some more social proof, and then a call to action. And you can see all of these landing pages share the same playbook. They are reducing distractions in the nav. They have a simple hero section, and then they go through some features, and they add some social proof, and then they have another call to action. Now, one thing with the Ramp landing page, if I was giving some advice to Ramp, is you can see these features underneath this email inbox right here or email field right here. These don't really mean anything the way they're currently written. So like proven time savings, secure data handling, actionable insights doesn't really mean anything if you think about it. On the flip side, if you go to Monday.com, theirs says get full access, no credit card needed. And if you go to ClickUp, it says free forever, no credit card. So that is just instantaneously a lot better because it shows you that I can get started. I don't have to enter any of my personal credit card information. I can just try the tool out and see if I like it. Versus Ramps is a little bit generic and doesn't really have any value to the user. All right, so before we get into how to create a high converting landing page, and then also our process around it, let's dive into a little bit on what some other common SaaS funnels. because a landing page needs to work within a funnel, and it's very important that you have your funnel dialed in. Because if we don't have an optimized funnel, landing page isn't going to really do that much. But if we have a funnel, but we have terrible converting landing pages, the funnel is going to perform poorly. So let's go into some funnel examples really quick. These are oversimplified for the sake of today's live stream, but um, you'll get the gist of what these are. So we have first a self-serve sign-up funnel. So this is where we have ads that run to a landing page that is promoting a very specific offer, and then the conversion would be a sign up. You usually want to collect as little fields as possible, and then you can collect more fields in an onboarding questionnaire. I recently just signed up for WAP.com. It's kind of a Stripe alternative. We're not using it currently, just kind of curious what it was. And uh, their sign up process was just like two or three fields. It was like name and email and maybe password, but they had like an 8 to 10 question onboarding form once you signed up to collect the remaining fields. And then we usually pair that with some sort of onboarding email sequence. Let's quickly go to the demo funnel. So if you prioritize demos instead of signups, you would have an ad that runs to an offer landing page. The conversion would be to book a demo, and then we would, after they book a demo, send them to a success page. And this is for two reasons specifically. When we're running ads, we can put lead events in the code on this page that essentially tells the platforms that, hey, this person came to the page from an ad and they booked a demo. Send us more people like this. So this will also bring your customer acquisition costs down because the ad platforms better know who to show your ads to. And then we also can do some rapport building on this page. We can include videos, do FAQ content. We can have a video on the page that shows what to expect on the demo. So there's a lot we can do on this page. So we always recommend when someone books a demo to send them to the success page. And then this is one of my favorites. So this is a lead magnet funnel. We have an ad that runs to a lead magnet landing page that the person will convert on that page, get that lead magnet, and then they get redirected to an upsell page. And this will be to either get the person to sign up for your SaaS or to book a demo with you. And then when they convert on that, we send them to that same success page. Now, when we're building funnels, it's very important to keep in mind like budget. What I said previously was a common mistake we see a lot of SaaS brands make with a low ad budget is they'll be fragmented across different ad platforms, different ad campaigns. They'll be sending people to many different types of pages, sometimes just a homepage or a contact page, and they do not get much ROI because there's no real strategy behind it. So if you have a lower budget, right here I put 5K as just a placeholder. Depending on your industry, this could be very low budget, or this could be like a medium budget. But if we have a low budget, we just want to send all of that traffic to one landing page so that we can just keep things focused on one funnel. Because especially if we introduce CRO and conversion rate optimization, we need enough of traffic to be able to test. So with a low budget, stay to one funnel. If we have a higher budget, I just did 15K right now to kind of show you a visual of 5K each. But then we can start building out more funnels, targeting different features or different offers. So if you have a low budget, stick to one funnel. If you have a higher budget, you can start building out separate funnels. So let's get into what makes a high converting landing page. So this is a recent landing page that we built for a client. This client is a really cool SaaS. It's an AI assistant that plugs into Slack and then connects to your Meta Ads account. And it essentially allows you to, instead of spending hours in Ads Manager trying to figure out how your ads are performing, you can just easily ask a question to the AI in Slack and it will get your answers. So a common example is like, what's the ROAS on one of my campaigns? And then it will just easily answer with ROAS. And this is not an ad, by the way. I just really love their tool. I think it's really cool. So I wanted to show this as an example. Before we get into these different features of what makes this page convert really well, one of the most underestimated parts of a high converting landing page is copy. So design is subjective and product mocks are easy to create, but copy is where the money is made. So focus 60 to 70% of your time on copywriting because if the copy is dialed in and on point, that alone will just increase your conversion rate by a lot. When we do CRO for clients, we spend a lot of time running A/B tests that are specifically copy focused. And we actually had a client recently that was wondering why we were spending so much time running copy related A/B tests instead of like testing different section layouts or whatnot. And running copy related A/B tests is so important because it allows you to determine what type of messaging is resonating with your audience. That then allows you to create better ad campaigns, better social media content, and whatnot. So when you focus on your landing pages, even your existing ones currently, focus most of your time on the copy. So with this page, let's get into these other items. So first off, with a high converting landing page, you want to have a simplified nav that is limited to 3 to 5 links with a call to action. This is like a homepage landing page. So we do have nav items here, but if we were running ads to this page, we would actually remove these so that we can minimize distractions. If we go down, then you want to have a benefit-driven hero section that calls out the ICP, has 1 to 3 forms of social proof, and a clear call to action. So you can see here in this section, we're calling out the ICP, trusted by seven-figure e-commerce brands. We have a very benefit-driven headline. Ask questions about your ads, get instant answers in Slack. So if you've ran ads in Ads Manager before, you know you can spend hours trying to analyze your data, see how your ads are performing, and this headline essentially articulates the benefit that you get to save a lot of time. From there, we have call to action, and then underneath the call to action, we have some trust builders. So no credit card required, free 14-day trial. The user knows they can just immediately sign up, try the tool themselves without committing to anything. From here, we would want to include a clear visual of the product, and a simple way to do this is to use a tool called shots.so. It's completely free. They do have a paid version, but the free version gives you quite a few features that you can get away with without having to pay for it. But essentially, you just have to log into your own SaaS platform, take a few screenshots, upload them to shots.so, and you can create gorgeous mockups like this. That's exactly what we did with this, actually. Then from here, we have a logo bar to build trust. If you're a newer SaaS that doesn't have much customer logos to use, you can use integrations, so like platforms that you integrate with or whatnot. From here, we want to then highlight the problems that your prospect has, so twisting the knife, so to speak. And you want to use info from your demo calls or your sales calls to come up with common problems or objections. And then from here, down here, you want to have a section that shows how your product is the solution to their problem. And then with all of this copy, you just want to continue to make sure that it's benefit driven and it articulates the benefit of using your product. And then next we have a section that is underestimated quite a lot, and many brands actually don't have this type of section on their homepage or their website or landing pages, and that is a very simple 3-step process. So how it works section that shows how it works to get started with your platform, and here you can see the copy says, "Instantly improve ROAS in 3 simple steps. Step 1, create a free Rocco account. Step 2, connect Slack and Meta Ads. 3, start optimizing your ads." At a very quick glance, the user can see just how quick it is to get started. And in this process, you want to keep friction low. And if possible, you want to make the process free. So they can either sign up for a free account or book a free demo. Then we have a testimonials section. This is where we build trust with more testimonials and case studies. And sometimes we get questions on how much social proof is too much, and you can't really have too much social proof, so the more the better, I always say. But usually on a landing page, you wanna stick to at least 3, sections that are social proof. From here, we have a call to action section near the bottom of the page, and this is just to further remind the prospect to actually take an action, whether that be signing up or booking a demo. And then we always want to have some sort of FAQ section on the page. This is basically live objection handling for your landing page. And for these questions, you can pull questions asked by prospects on your demo calls or social media comments or sales calls. And then you can essentially handle those objections before the person actually books a demo or creates an account. And then lastly, we'll end the page with a final call to action section. So as you can see, this landing page is very simple, but these convert really well. These landing pages on average with if your traffic is dialed in from your ads or SEO, these pages will convert at around 15 to 30% easy. We've even had some of these convert at around 50% from cold traffic. So if your ads are aligned with the landing page in terms of the offer that you're selling, these landing pages perform extremely well. Okay, so this is what makes a high converting landing page. Now let's dive into process that we use to create pages like this. So this is our process internally for creating high converting landing pages. We'll want to first start with ICP research. So really getting clear on who our customer is. So where does that ICP now online? This will impact where we run ads. What is their biggest pain point or struggle? What are their common objections? What type of language resonates with them? Some prospects need a more sophisticated language if they're in like a higher risk industry like finance or legal. Some are okay with more simple language. Then you also want to know where they are at in the buying stage. So are they problem aware? Are they solution aware? And different ad platforms will target people at different buying stages. So for example, meta ads will get you people who might not be problem aware, or maybe they are problem aware, but they're not necessarily solution aware, versus Google ads will get a lot of people who are problem aware and solution aware because they're actually on Google looking for a solution to their problem. So knowing that is good to keep in mind because that will impact how you write your copy for your landing page. From here, we'll start outlining our funnel. So, like, what type of funnel are we building? Is it a self-serve sign-up funnel? Is it a demo funnel? Is it a free lead magnet funnel? And then what is considered a conversion on that page? Where will the traffic be coming from? How many pages are going to be in the funnel? Are we going to have like upsell pages or success pages? What does that look like? And then we will then get into a low fidelity landing page design. So this is just basically outlining what sections are we going to need, what content will we need, so that we can go into the next phase, which is copywriting. And when you do copywriting, you want to listen to your past sales calls, your demo recordings, and listen for objections, questions, or pain points that your prospects tend to have. One tip that I give to people a lot is upload 10 to 15 sales call transcripts to AI and then have it list out common questions, objections, voice and tone, things like that. And then we want to focus on writing benefit driven copy. So at first, your mind will probably go to all the features that your platform has. Customers aren't actually going to use the tool because of the features, but because they're trying to fix a problem that you have. So, what is the main benefit behind the product you're selling? And then, when we write the hero section copy, we want to call out the ICP in the hero section. So, who specifically are we speaking to? Then we will write case studies if needed. You may already have those. And a pro tip is don't have AI write your copy. Instead, leverage AI for brainstorming and helping to make things sound better and smoother. But we're actually seeing AI copy destroy a lot of landing pages. We worked with a client recently who their team sent over a copy for a landing page that we were building. They decided to write it themselves. and you can instantly see that the copy was just written by ChatGPT with no real, strategy behind it, and it just looks terrible, and it would convert very bad. So, we use AI quite a bit, but we use it for brainstorming and helping to make things, sound better, and also, for analyzing data like call transcripts, whatnot. From here, we will then get into the high fidelity design and development process, and this is actually simple part. So, up until now, we did all the strategy, we know what type of funnel we're building, we now have copy, and now we just have to put it together. So, we wanna make sure we create a clean design with minimal distractions. If you're unsure of if your design is clean enough or minimal enough, has not much distractions. You just wanna make sure you include a lot of white space. That by default will just help things look cleaner. And then you obviously wanna make sure the landing page loads fast. So do things like compress images and avoid interactive demos. This is very popular with SaaS, is to include interactive demos, but we've actually seen these hurt page speeds quite a bit. So, especially if you're running ads to one of your landing pages, just remove an interactive demo from that page if you already have it there, and that page will load a lot faster. And then from here, we will QA the funnel. You'll actually be surprised how many people don't do this, and then steps are broken, things don't work. So just go through your own funnel, make sure everything works. Is your CRM properly connected? Are ad lead events set on success pages? So that we can tell the ad platforms who is converting and who is not, so that it can do a better job at showing our ads to people who are most likely to convert. And then this is where we get into the actual where money is made with landing pages, and that is CRO, or it just stands for conversion rate optimization. And this is where we'll take the landing page we built, and we'll actually start testing it to to help it convert better moving forward. So we'll start with some A/B tests for quick wins, so copy related A/B tests, and then we will begin designing and writing copy for a second version of the page to run as a split test a week or two later. So this is a good segue into the next section for today, and that is conversion rate optimization, because this is actually the hidden secret to creating high converting landing pages. At the end of the day, when we first design or build a landing page, we're basically making an educated guess at what is going to resonate with the audience. And we can do a really good job at that. You can know who your ICP is, what type of language resonates with them, but at the end of the day, it's an educated guess. And CRO just allows us to test different messaging and different layouts to actually get concrete data on what is performing better. So we will do things such as A/B tests. This is where we'll test different copy, different colors, or different assets. We recently ran an A/B test on a website where the entire test it just took a few minutes to set up. It was we rewrote the headline and we changed a font color in the hero section, and it brought the conversion rate of that landing page from 30% to 50% in just a week, 7 days. So A/B tests are great for getting those quick wins in while you're building a split test. And a split test is where you're going to test 2 different versions of the same page. So you're gonna test different layouts and whatnot, and you're gonna send half of your traffic to one, half of your traffic to the other, and basically see which one performs better, and you can get massive ROI from these tests. If I go over here, this is an example split test that one of our clients ran, and this was the original landing page, this was the new one, and the new one doubled their booked demos in just 30 days and added $60 million in new pipeline. And then from here, I'll scroll down through this a little bit so you can see the difference, kind of break it down. But as you can see, there's not too much that is different. It's just a slight it's tweaking the sections slightly, adding a little bit of more social proof. So here in the hero section, it's a little bit more simplified in the new version. We can actually see product mocks of their product. We then have some case studies. We have more exhaustive version of the features sections. And then we have an actual case study with real numbers here, followed by some social proof and call to action section. things. So just a few different changes like that dramatically improved this conversion rate, and that is the power of a split test. So far we covered, like, we did an overview of, funnels. We went into how to build or what makes a high converting landing page, what our process is for creating those landing pages, the power of CRO. Now let's go into a few FAQs and Q&A. So if you have a question, you can put it in the chat. I'll get to it if you can, but these are some pretty common questions we tend to get. And that is, how do you A/B test when traffic is low? So we got this question actually this week. A client has lower traffic than normal, and they're wondering if CRO was actually worth it. And the short answer is yes, it is always worth it. It's just your testing cycles will be longer than some. So, for example, high traffic website can have much shorter testing cycles, like a few days to a week. And if you have low traffic, it will just extend that testing cycle. So you'll want to let a test run for 2, 3, 4 weeks before turning it off so that you can reach a statistical significance. The only real question for this is if it's makes sense is if you're, like, paying an agency to do CRO for you. So like I said, we're a CRO agency. If your traffic is too low, obviously, it wouldn't make sense. But if you're running A/B tests or split tests for yourself, then it's definitely worth it. Even on our own agency website, when we're not running ads, our traffic is, like, very low, like, just a few thousand per month. But we'll run A/B tests on our website, and we've increased our conversion rate from quite a bit, even though we have low traffic. The next question is, should pricing be on the landing page for ads, or should it stay hidden? And if you look at these examples that we went over earlier, you can see all of these examples, they didn't include any pricing on their landing pages. Because when you introduce pricing, you introduce objections. People start judging your tool based on the price. So we just want to save that conversation for a later date. We want them to either be able to try the tool before having to pay for it, or if you're booking a demo, you can actually tackle those pricing questions live on a call. So when we're running ads to a landing page, we just want to make sure pricing isn't on the page. And then what tools do we use for heat maps or CRO in general? We love using a free stack of Google Analytics, Google Tag Manager, a CRO testing tool called Mida. It's free to use, and then Microsoft Clarity. But we have used tools like Amplitude before, uh, and a few other of those more popular ones. But if you just want a free stack to get started, I would highly recommend Google Analytics for overall analytics, Google Tag Manager for like tracking button clicks and whatnot, and then Mida, MIDA. So it's mida.so is the website for setting up CRO tests, so like A/B tests or split tests. And then another question we get asked commonly is, we have both self-serve and enterprise plans. Should we have one landing page or separate ones? So question can also be rephrased as, we do self-serve signups and demo bookings. Which one should we prioritize? If you have the budget, I would definitely create ad campaigns and funnels for each to keep them separate. But if you have a rather low budget, you can do what we did over here on this landing page for this client, where we determine which one they want to prioritize. In this case, this client wanted to prioritize self-serve signups, but they also were okay with hopping on a demo call if somebody wanted to. So we have the primary call to action, where the person can just sign up for free, but they can also book a demo. If, for example, you prioritize demos instead of self-serve signups, you can just invert this where the primary call to action is book a demo, and then the secondary one is create a free account. But that is a quick answer on that. I would definitely do that for this. Check, look off the screen really quickly. Okay, perfect. So this is getting close to the end of this live stream. Um, if you could increase your conversion rate double it in the next 30 days. Would this have been valuable for you? I can almost guarantee if you follow everything that I showed today, you should see a boost in your conversion rate over the next 30 days. But for those of you who are still on the live right now, I have a few bonuses for you that are completely free, as promised. So we have some bonuses that are worth around 2 grand, for the entire package, but we're gonna just give them to you completely for free. And the main bonus is our SaaS CRO playbook. And this includes a 6-month CRO testing roadmap to show you how to structure your tests for the next 6 months, how to set up A/B and split tests. It also includes a CRO tracker for tracking your CRO tests. And then we also have a 148-point landing page checklist that shows you things to optimize for when building out your landing page. And if you remember earlier, I mentioned we used to run ads to a free lead magnet funnel. This checklist was actually the lead magnet we promoted in that funnel, and that checklist at its highest point was converting at 50% from cold traffic. So if you're just curious what that resource is, this will be included. And then it also comes with a landing page swipe file to show you more examples like the ones we covered today, showing you what makes a high converting landing page. But since you made it to the end, I also want to throw in a landing page audit. This is something we don't usually do because it's not really worth our time. But if you get these resources by going to fittermedia.com/webinar, it will take you to this page right here, where if you just fill out this form, you'll get access to all of these resources. And then one question in this form is your website URL. That is so we can send you your landing page audit. Basically, pull up your website or your landing page is live on a video, give you some CRO optimizations and tips. And then after that, you should be able to increase your conversion rate by 2x or 3x in the next 30 days. If you don't like doing things yourself and you just want to hire it out, you can book a call with us. We would be more than happy to hop on a growth call with you, show you what our CRO packages look like, where we do everything for you from design, copy, development, strategy. Our average client sees a 250% boost in conversion rate and a 71% decrease in customer acquisition costs. So if that sounds interesting to you, you can go to fittermedia.com/call. I'll put these links in the YouTube description and in the LinkedIn live description for you as well. But that is where you can book a call with me and my team. But for the free bonuses, if you just want those, you can just go to fittermedia.com/webinar. So I will also put those links in the descriptions as well. But that is it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any questions, just message me on LinkedIn. Happy to help you or walk you through your landing pages if you're currently building some help. But until then, hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I will see you on our next live stream.